Do you ever wonder how some people stay sharp as a knife well into their 80s? If you're over 70 and feel like your memory isn't quite what it used to be, or you're just hoping to keep your mind as clear as in your finest years, you're in the correct place. In this video, we're exploring 5 basic yet effective secrets that help keep your brain sharp regardless of your age. These aren't magical tablets or difficult routines. They're based in science, simple to follow, and most importantly, they're habits that actual people just like you have used to stay mentally alert long after retirement. Stay connected until the finish because the final secret is something most people totally miss, but it might just be the key to keeping your mental clarity for the next 10 years. Let's begin. Number 1. The power of purposeful reading. One of the easiest ways to keep your brain in good shape is to make reading a daily habit, not just for enjoyment, but with a sense of purpose. When you read something that tests your thinking, presents new ideas, or awakens your curiosity, you're not just passing time, you're exercising your brain. The act of handling new information, picturing different situations, or following an argument across several pages stimulates the parts of your brain responsible for memory, logic, and understanding. And when you do this regularly, it's like lifting weights for your mind. There's a significant difference between glancing through the newspaper and sitting down with a thoughtful article, a life story, or even a good historical novel. A 74-year-old man named Charles from Arizona shared how he started reading science magazines just a few years ago, even though he had no background in it. At first, he had to reread paragraphs just to understand them, but now he not only comprehends them better, he says those articles give him something to talk about, to think about, and to look forward to, and that mental involvement is exactly what we're aiming for. This is about more than vocabulary or knowledge. It's about keeping your brain cells firing. Studies have shown that older adults who read regularly score better on memory tests and are less likely to experience mental decline. It's not about how much you read, it's about how engaged your brain is while doing it. When your brain is actively making connections, predicting outcomes, or reflecting on ideas, you're strengthening its ability to stay sharp. Many people make the mistake of thinking that only physical exercise matters after a certain age, but your mind needs exercise too. And just like walking keeps your legs strong, reading with attention keeps your mind resilient. So pick up a book, even if it's been years. Start with something that truly interests you. It doesn't have to be complicated or long. The key is consistency, curiosity, and commitment to making reading a part of your daily routine. Number 2. Movement that stimulates the brain. Walking isn't just good for your legs and heart. It's a surprising way to sharpen your mind as well, especially when it's done outdoors in nature or in a place that engages your senses. When you walk in new surroundings, your brain has to process a wide range of information at once. Watching where you step, noticing the wind or the smell of trees, listening to birds or traffic, even reading signs. All of that activates different areas of your brain. It's not mindless. It's actually one of the most brain-stimulating forms of movement out there. A woman named Patricia, now 81, started taking short walks each morning through her neighborhood after losing her husband. She said at first it was just to clear her head, but over time she began to notice that she was remembering more, sleeping better, and even holding conversations more easily. What began as grief turned into something like therapy. Her walks helped her process emotions, breathe deeper, and stay present. It gave her mind somewhere to go instead of getting stuck in cycles of worry or sadness. The brain thrives on oxygen, circulation, and stimulation, and walking does all 3. When you move your body, especially with rhythm and regularity, you also help your brain form and maintain neural connections. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can create change. But here's the real secret. To get the full mental benefit, don't just stroll. Look around, notice new things, let your mind wander. This mental flexibility paired with gentle movement is one of the best things you can do to stay sharp. It's never too late to start, and it doesn't have to be a hike or a gym session. Just put on your shoes, step outside, and start with the block in front of you. Your legs will thank you, and so will your brain. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. Nourishment that feeds the mind. Your brain is hungry always, not just for information, but for nutrients that keep it functioning at its best. After the age of 70, your body doesn't absorb or utilize nutrients as efficiently as it once did, and the brain, it feels that first. That's why what you eat can either keep your mind sharp or gradually dull the edges. One of the most overlooked habits for mental clarity is starting the day with brain-fueling foods instead of relying on sugar or skipping breakfast altogether. Let's take Joe as an example. He's 76 and used to start every morning with nothing but toast and jam. He thought eating light would keep him alert, but over time he noticed more brain fog, mood swings, and even episodes where he couldn't find the right words. His doctor suggested adding omega-3 rich foods like walnuts and a bit of protein like a boiled egg or a handful of seeds. Within a few weeks, Joe said his thinking felt smoother, like someone had cleared the dust off his thoughts. Certain nutrients are like oil for the gears in your head. Omega-3 fatty acids support neuron membranes. Antioxidants from berries reduce inflammation. Vitamin B12, often low in seniors, plays a major role in memory. Even just staying hydrated with a glass of water in the morning can prevent the sluggish confusion that comes from mild dehydration, which many seniors experience. Without even knowing it, when your brain is starved, it slows. When it's fed right, it begins to shine again. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive powders. Nature already gave us what we need: a handful of blueberries, a few almonds, and a slice of avocado. These small choices, made consistently, are like mental insurance. And if you ever doubt their impact, just try it for a week. Pay attention to how you speak, recall names, or solve small problems. You might be surprised at how fast food affects function. Your mind is always talking to you, but if you're undernourished, it starts whispering, and those whispers get drowned out by confusion, irritability, and fatigue. Fuel your brain like the miracle machine it is, and it will thank you by staying clear and focused. Number 4. Building a social web for brain resilience. One of the most powerful protectors of a sharp mind isn't a pill or a puzzle, it's people. After 70, many find their social circles shrinking. Friends move, loved ones pass, and the daily interactions that once filled your life start to fade. But isolation has a steep cost. Studies have shown again and again that social disconnection significantly increases the risk of cognitive decline, even faster than some physical health issues. Why? Because conversation, connection, and companionship challenge your mind in ways no crossword ever could. Take Helen, for instance. She's 82 and lives alone. For years, she relied on TV to fill the silence. But something changed when her daughter suggested joining a community book group. At first, Helen resisted, but she eventually gave it a try. She didn't realize how much her brain had missed the give and take of discussion, the tiny act of recalling someone's name or hearing different opinions. It wasn't long before her mood lifted, her vocabulary returned, and she even began telling better stories again. Social interaction is exercise for the brain. When you talk with others, you're recalling facts, reading emotions, adjusting your thoughts, all within seconds. That's a cognitive workout no app can replicate. And it's not just about large gatherings. A meaningful phone call, a walk with a neighbor, even chatting with the cashier at the store. These moments help keep your mind engaged and connected to the world around you. That if you've pulled back from people over the years, it's never too late to rebuild your web. Reach out to someone first. Write a letter, join a hobby group, even online if you're shy. Start with just one person. Remember, you don't have to be the life of the party. You just have to be present. Your brain thrives in company, even quiet company. Asterisk. So if you've been spending more time in silence than in laughter, more time watching than interacting, this is your sign to shift, not only for your heart, but for your mind. You deserve to feel seen, heard, and remembered. And in doing so, you'll help your brain stay active, resilient, and alive. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Staying curious. Everyday curiosity is more than a charming trait. It's one of the most underappreciated ways to keep your brain alive after 70. It's easy to slip into routines. Same meals, same TV shows, same stories. There's comfort in the familiar, but too much of it can turn your world into a loop and your mind into a hallway with no open doors. Curiosity cracks open those doors. It nudges you to explore, to ask, to wonder, and every time you stretch your thinking just a bit, you strengthen the very neural pathways that preserve memory, attention, and problem-solving. A man named Frank, 78, spent most of his life in the same town, doing the same work, surrounded by the same friends. After retiring, he felt a fog creeping into his days. His doctor ruled out physical causes, so his daughter gave him something unexpected, a beginner's watercolor kit. At first he scoffed, then he tried it. What happened wasn't about artistic skill, it was about learning. He had to understand color theory, hand control, patience, even failure. His brain lit up again, not because of the art, but because it was new. Staying curious doesn't mean reinventing your life. It means looking at old things with new eyes. Read about something you know nothing about. Ask someone younger what music they enjoy and actually listen. Watch a documentary on mushrooms or space travel or ancient cities. Keep a notebook of questions that pop into your head and take the time to look them up. When you act on curiosity, you keep your brain elastic, flexible, youthful. The reason curiosity works is because it activates multiple parts of the brain at once. You're engaging memory, emotion, logic, and often movement, especially if you're doing something with your hands. And perhaps most importantly, it gives your day purpose, something to look forward to, a challenge to conquer. Even if it's small. So if you've been feeling mentally stuck, the answer isn't always more rest or another supplement. It might just be wonder. Give yourself permission to not know something. Let that not knowing lead you somewhere new. You don't have to be an expert, you just have to care enough to start. That spark of curiosity might be the very thing that keeps your mind sharp and your spirit young. Final thoughts in conclusion. Staying mentally sharp after 70 isn't about doing one big thing. It's about weaving a handful of small, powerful habits into your day that keep your mind moving, your confidence growing, and your joy alive. Whether it's learning something new, staying social, feeding your brain with the right nutrients, taking care of your body, or simply staying curious, each of these steps can shift the way you experience aging. And they don't require massive effort or big lifestyle changes. Just 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there. A little consistency goes a long way. What stands out to you the most? Is there one thing you already do, or something you want to start today? Maybe you've been meaning to reconnect with an old friend, or finally try that hobby you keep putting off. Or maybe you've realized it's been a while since you've read a book or taken a walk without distractions. Whatever it is, the important thing is that you act on it. The longer we wait to take care of our minds, the harder it becomes to regain what we lose. But the good news is the brain remains changeable even into our 80s and beyond. You are not too old to improve. You are not too far gone to start over. The fact that you watched this video all the way through tells me something. You care, you're willing, you want to feel alive, not just physically, but mentally. And that makes all the difference. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement that if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.